The 11-dimensional sprout, how higher dimensions orchestrate the emergence of plant life. The seemingly simple miracle of a seed unfurling into a towering tree, a silent testament to the potent force of life, belies a process of profound complexity, a symphony of biological and physical interactions orchestrated across scales both visible and unseen. While our conventional understanding of plant growth is rooted in the principles of biology, chemistry, and the familiar 4 dimensions of space-time, the 11-dimensional model offers a transformative lens through which to perceive this vital phenomenon. By considering the intricate interplay of its interconnected realms, from the 0 dimension of pure potentiality to the 11th dimension of cosmic interconnectedness, we can begin to unravel the deeper mechanisms that govern the emergence of life, viewing the growth of trees, plants, and seeds as a tangible manifestation of higher dimensional dynamics, with the quantum process of photosynthesis intimately linked to the 11th dimension through the enigmatic phenomenon of entanglement. Our journey into the 11-dimensional garden begins with the 0 dimension, the dimensionless point representing pure potentiality. Within the seemingly inert seed lies the complete blueprint for the future plant, a universe of biological information encoded within its DNA. This genetic code, holding the potential for the plant's form, function, and life cycle, can be seen as a specific instantiation of the 0 dimension's boundless possibilities, a set of instructions poised to unfold across the higher dimensions. As the seed imbibes water and awakens, it begins its exploration of the first 3 spatial dimensions. The root emerges, anchoring the nascent plant and seeking sustenance within the 3-dimensional soil. The shoot pushes upwards, striving for the light that bathes our spatial reality. This fundamental growth, the establishment of the plant's physical form, is guided by the genetic information, a higher dimensional instruction set unfolding within the constraints of our 3-dimensional world. The passage of time, the 4th dimension, is intrinsically linked to the plant's growth cycle. From the initial germination to the eventual maturity and reproduction, the plant's development is a temporal unfolding, a carefully choreographed sequence of biological events driven by internal rhythms and external cues, all existing within the flow of the 4th dimension. The cyclical nature of time, embodied by the Earth's rotation and its orbit around the Sun, dictates the seasons and profoundly influences the plant's growth patterns, its periods of dormancy and active development. The plant's interaction with its environment, particularly its response to light and chemical elements, is governed by polarity, the inherent duality of the 5th dimension. The orientation of molecules, the electrochemical gradients within cells, and the plant's attraction to sunlight are all manifestations of this fundamental polarity, directing its growth and metabolic processes. The intricate dance of molecules during nutrient uptake and transport is orchestrated by these polar interactions within the plant's biological systems. The development of the plant's vascular system, the xylem and phloem that transport water and nutrients, can be viewed as a complex 2-body system operating within the 6th and 7th dimensions. The dynamic flow of resources throughout the plant, a continuous interaction between the plant's structure and the transported substances, mirrors the orbital motion of 2 celestial bodies, governed by forces and spatial relationships within these dimensions. The efficiency and adaptability of this transport network, crucial for the plant's survival and growth, are refined by the tilt or specific configurations within the higher dimensional space. As the plant matures, its interaction with its surrounding ecosystem, the soil, the air, other plants, insects, and microorganisms, becomes a complex multi-body system governed by the 8th and 9th dimensions. The delicate balance of these interactions, the competition for resources, the symbiotic relationships formed, and the plant's overall contribution to the ecosystem's dynamics are all emergent properties arising from the collective behavior within this higher dimensional web of life. the overarching influence of the cosmos, embodied by the 10th dimension of cosmic expansion, and the fundamental interconnectedness of the 11th dimension, subtly permeates the plant's existence. While seemingly distant, the stretching of space-time and the universe's underlying unity might influence the very fabric of the plant's biological processes, its fundamental constants, and the subtle quantum events that underpin its cellular functions. It is here, at the quantum level of photosynthesis, that the 11th dimension and the concept of entanglement might play a particularly profound role. Photosynthesis, the remarkable process by which plants convert light energy into chemical energy, involves the intricate interaction of photons with chlorophyll molecules. The efficiency of this energy transfer, often exceeding classical expectations, has led some researchers to speculate about the involvement of quantum phenomena, including entanglement, within the photosynthetic apparatus. If photons and electrons within the plant's cells become entangled through the interconnectedness of the 11th dimension, this could provide a pathway for the rapid and efficient transfer of energy required for photosynthesis, a fundamental process sustaining all plant life and, by extension, much of the Earth's biosphere. The spooky action at a distance of entanglement, operating beyond the constraints of our four-dimensional space-time via the 11th dimension, could be the key to the plant's ability to harness light energy with such remarkable efficiency. Thus, the growth of a plant, from the dormant potential of a seed to the fully realized complexity of a mature organism interacting with its environment, can be seen as a tangible manifestation of emergence orchestrated across the 11 dimensions. The 11-dimensional model offers a powerful framework for understanding how the seemingly simple unfolding of life is deeply intertwined with the fundamental principles governing the cosmos, with the 11th dimension and the enigmatic phenomenon of entanglement potentially playing a crucial role in the very engine of plant life. Photosynthesis. The 11-dimensional model, with its emphasis on interconnectedness and the hierarchical organization of systems across its various dimensions, provides a powerful framework for understanding how emergence operates at all these levels. The fundamental principles of rotation and polarity, governing interactions from the quantum to the cosmic scale, could be the underlying drivers of this emergent complexity. The flow of information across the 11th dimension might act as a higher dimensional organizing principle, guiding the self-assembly and evolution of systems towards increasing levels of complexity and functionality. Therefore, the inherent tendency of the universe, as described by the 11-dimensional model, to generate complexity and vitality through the principle of emergence operating across its interconnected dimensions, is a fundamental aspect of its nature. From the fundamental particles that flicker into existence from the 0 dimension to the intricate structures of life that adorn our planet, and to the vast self-organizing systems of the cosmos, emergence, driven by the fundamental interplay of rotation, polarity, and higher dimensional interconnectedness, appears to be the architect of existence, the very heartbeat of the 11-dimensional everyverse. Intriguingly, this 11 alive principle extends beyond mere physical structure and chemical processes. It suggests a profound interconnectedness where life forms, including plants, might be far more attuned to the higher dimensional reality than our current four-dimensional understanding allows. If the 11-dimensional model describes the fundamental fabric of the universe, then life, as an emergent phenomenon within this fabric, would inherently exist and evolve within its constraints and possibilities. Consider how plants, seemingly passive organisms, intricately sense and respond to a multitude of environmental cues. The germination of a seed, a pivotal moment of life's emergence, is not triggered by a single factor, but by a precise confluence of parameters: temperature, moisture, oxygen levels, and even light. Each of these seemingly four-dimensional attributes is, within the 11-dimensional model, a manifestation of a more complex interplay across multiple dimensions. The temperature of the soil, for instance, is not a singular value but a macroscopic average, resulting from the absorption of solar radiation, electromagnetic force linked to the fifth dimension's polarity, the thermal properties of the soil, related to the arrangement of molecules in three-dimensional space, emerging from lower dimensional interactions, and the influence of Earth's rotation and its orbital tilt, fourth and fifth dimensions, on solar energy distribution. Even the subtle gravitational forces, potentially linked to the 11th dimension, might play a role in the orientation and growth patterns of roots. If life is an emergent property, deeply embedded within the 11-dimensional reality, then plants, as complex living systems, could possess inherent mechanisms for sensing and responding to the subtle influences of these higher dimensions. The timing of germination, the direction of root and shoot growth, the cycles of flowering and fruiting, all might be triggered and modulated by the plant's intricate connection to the 11-dimensional environment. The 11th dimension, as the realm of ultimate interconnectedness, could be particularly crucial in this sensing process. If quantum entanglement, a phenomenon linked to the 11th dimension, operates not only at the subatomic level, but also plays a role in biological systems, as some emerging research suggests, then plants could be receiving and processing information from their environment and even the broader cosmos through these non-local connections. The precise timing of life cycle events, seemingly synchronized with larger environmental rhythms, might be facilitated by this higher dimensional interconnectedness. Furthermore, the concept of polarity extending across multiple dimensions could offer a framework for understanding how plants sense and respond to directional cues like light and gravity. The plant's internal polarities, established at the molecular and cellular levels, might be attuned to subtle gradients or flows within the higher dimensional space, guiding its growth and orientation in our three-dimensional world. The intricate architecture of a plant, from the microscopic structure of its cells to the macroscopic form of its leaves and branches, can be seen as a physical manifestation of the 11-dimensional model's principles of organization and emergence. The spiral patterns observed in plant growth, related to rotation in the fourth dimension, the branching structures reflecting multi-body system dynamics in higher dimensions, and the overall efficiency of resource distribution all point towards an underlying order that might be rooted in the fundamental geometry and interconnectedness of the 11-dimensional reality. In conclusion, the 11-dimensional model offers a profound and potentially unifying perspective on the emergence of life and the intricate processes of plant growth. By considering the interplay of all 11 dimensions, from the foundational potentiality of the 0 dimension to the cosmic interconnectedness of the 11th, we can begin to appreciate how life, in all its forms, might be deeply embedded within a multidimensional reality, sensing and responding to a far richer spectrum of influences than our current understanding allows. The seemingly simple growth of a plant from a seed becomes a testament to the power of emergence orchestrated across 11 dimensions, a vibrant expression of the 11 alive principle that permeates the cosmos. Thank you for your time. If you enjoyed the 11-dimensional model, please like, subscribe, comment, and share. It really helps to grow our channel exponentially.